Now this is the recording is start. Now we are going to start the chapter 3, types of the estimates. Basically, there are two types of estimate. One is preliminary estimate and another is detailed estimate. In the detailed estimate, other estimate.
Sorry, পরে sorry.
We have already discussed about it.
Yes, sir.
sir, পরে গিয়ে।
Complete estimate. Now, split of cost of the building, water supply and the sanitary work. This is the heading on 3.8. Pupil Porisego?
Hello? Sir, 7 some. 7 some.
Now, the building works or building cost can be split into under different headings. If you consider the labor and the material cost, the labor cost will be 35 to 40%, whereas the material cost is 60 to 65%. In general term, in general, the cost expenses for the construction of the building using the water supply as well as sanitary, generally cost of material will be 60 to 65, whereas cost of labor will be 35 to 40% at this scale. If you consider the foundation cost and the plinth level cost, if you consider the foundation cost and the plinth level cost, then the foundation cost will be 18 to 20%, whereas the superstructure cost will be 80 to 90%. This is in general, the work can cost can be split up as the foundation and the superstructure cost. If you consider the other story of the building, that is the story, the ground floor contains the foundations, but other floor does not have foundation. That's why the cost of the second story will be 85 to 90% of the ground floor. This is the tentative that can be split up. Similarly, if we take the cost of each and every items, the main items of the building, then earthwork excavation and filling will take up to 1%, concrete and foundation 5 to 6%, dam proof goes 1 to 1.5%, brick work generally 30 to 35%, flooring 6 to 8%, roofing 20 to 25%, door and window 16 to 20%, plastering and painting 10 to 12%, white washing, color washing, painting, etc. 2 to 5%, miscellaneous other 6%, sanitary and water supply 8 to 10%, electrical installation 8 to 10%, and if we consider the main materials of the building, cost of bricks 22 to 25%, cost of cement 12 to 15%, cost of reinforcement bars 10 to 12%, cost of timber 10 to 12%. We can split the cost as material as items or superstructure and foundation, or the cost of material as well the cost of labor. We can split the building cost in this manner. This is the tentative. Up to this, the theoretical part of the chapter 3 is completed. But we have also the numerical problem here. As we have already discussed about the preliminary estimate, the preliminary estimate for the building is generally prepared by using the plinth rate method or plinth area method or the cube rate method. And the problem is generally asked in the exam related to the plinth area method or cube rate method, cubic content method. And that's why I have done two types of problem, numerical problems regarding the plinth area method as well as the cubic content method, cube rate method. This is the question. Prepare the preliminary estimate of the 3-story office building having the carpet area of 250 square meter for each floor with the following data provided. 35% of the built-up portion will be covered by corridor, stair hall, toilet, etc. and 10% will be taken by walls. Plinth area rate is 1,000 per square meter. Extra for architecture treatment as 4% of the building cost. Water supply and sanitary as 8%. Electrification installation of 10%, and for other services as 5% of the building cost. Contingencies of 3% and the supervision charge of 5%. This is the some provisions given and some data is given for preparation of the preliminary of the building to get the administrative approval. In the solution, the first of all you must look at the question and don't look other things. First you look the rate. First you look the rate. In which unit the rate is given? In which unit the rate is given? The rate is given in rupees per square meter or in aerial basis. Per square meter rate is given. That's why we have to prepare the preliminary estimate of this building in terms of the plinth area method. In method as plinth area method. The preliminary estimate of the given project can be worked out by plinth area method. So, and that's why first of all we have to calculate the total plinth area of the building. So calculation of plinth area of the building. We don't know what is the plinth area of the building. It is given that the carpet area up to 50 square meter for each story or each floor. That's why carpet area is given and built up circulation area is given 35% of the built up portion covered by corridor, stair, toilet, etc. This is the circulation area, and the area taken by wall is 10%. Wall area is also given, circulation area also given, and the carpet area also given. So we know that the plinth area will be the wall area plus circulation area and the carpet area. This will be the plinth area. If X be the plinth area of each floor, then the X is equal to 0.10 10, because 10% of the wall is taken up by 10%, which means that 10% of a built-up portion after 10% of the plinth area. Built-up portion is the plinth area. That's why X is equal to wall area 10%, 10 divided by 100 into X, 10% of X, which value will be 0.10 X, plus carpet area will be given at 250 square meter for each floor, 250 plus, and the circulation area is given by 35%, which will be there by 35% of the X. After solving these terms, and you can get the each floor plinth area as 454.55 square meter. Because the carpet area of the each floor is given, we are calculating the plinth area of the each floor. So total building is of 3 stories, and the other stories also have the same plinth area. Assumption is that the other stories also have the same plinth area. That's why we have the 3 stories. So total plinth area of the 3-story building will be 3 times 454.55, which gives the value of 1363.65 square meter. This is the calculation of plinth area. Now, calculation of cost of the building with provisions. The first of all, we have to find the cost of the building. The cost of the building is calculated by using the plinth rate method or plinth area method. The plinth area is total plinth area is multiplied by plinth rate, which gives the cost of the building, civil or cost of the building. Total plinth area into plinth rate, which gives the amount of rupees 1,09,09,200 rupees. Yeah, and provisions are there. Cost of the building is there, and provisions for extra for architecture treatment at 4%. The architecture treatment at 4% of the building cost, which will give the 4% means 4 divided by 100. That value will be 0.04 into the cost of the building, that is the 109,09,200, which gives the value of rupees 436,368.00. Similarly, water supply and sanitary as 8%, that will give you 0.08 into 109,09,200, which gives the value of 872.72736.00 rupees. Now, for electrical installation, it is given as 10%. As 10% of the building cost, the 10% will be 10,90,920 rupees. Similarly, extra for other services, which is given as 5%. The 5% of the building cost, that will give the value of 545,460.00 rupees. And if you add all these items from 1 and 2, you will get the value of 1,38,54,684.00 rupees. And the contingencies and the supervisions are, these are provided later for the total cost. For the total cost, after providing some provisions of architecture, treatment, water supply center, electrification, and other extra services, which are considered of certain percentage of the building cost. That's why contingencies and the supervisions are provided on the total cost, That's why other provisions for contingency and supervision as 3% and 5%. That's why the 3 plus 5 together will be 8%. 8% of the total cost. Total cost is 138,54,684, and you will get the value of rupees 11,08,374.72 rupees for the provisions. And if you provisions and the preliminary estimate of the total preliminary estimate of the building cost will be after adding total cost as well as the provisions for contingency and supervision, you will get the value of 3 and 4, and that will be the preliminary estimated cost of the given building project, which will be 1,59,63,058 rupees and 72 paisa. This is the preliminary estimate of the given building problem. यो बुझ्यौ मैले गरेको यो? हेलो, यो हाम्रो प्लिन्थ रेट दिएको हुनाले प्लिन्थ एरिया मेथडबाट गर्नु पर्यो अथवा प्लिन्थ रेट मेथडबाट गर्नु पर्यो। त्यो गर्नको लागि पहिला प्लिन्थ एरिया क्याल्कुलेट गर्नु पर्यो। प्लिन्थ एरिया भनेको चाहिँ वाल एरिया, कार्पेट एरिया र सर्कुलेसन एरिया हो। अब सर्कुलेसन एरिया दिएको छ, वाल एरिया दिएको छ र कार्पेट एरिया दिएको छ। कार्पेट एरिया चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै उसमै दिएको छ, एउटा फ्लोरको दिएको छ। वाल एरियाहरू यस्तो चाहिँ यति % कभर गर्छ प्लिन्थ एरियाको भनेर दिएको छ। त्यो हुनाले हामीले इच फ्लोरको पहिला के गरौँ त, प्लिन्थ एरिया निकाल्यौँ। त्यो निकालिसकेपछि हाम्रो 3 स्टोरी बिल्डिङ भएको हुनाले अब 3 स्टोरी बिल्डिङको चाहिँ कति टोटल कार्पेट एरिया निकालियो, अनि त्यसपछि टोटल कार्पेट एरियालाई टोटल प्लिन्थ एरियालाई चाहिँ नि प्लिन्थ रेटले मल्टिप्लाई गरिसकेपछि बिल्डिङ कस्ट आयो। अनि अरू प्रोभिजन्सहरू बिल्डिङ कस्टको सर्टेन पर्सेन्टेज भनेको छ, त्यो पर्सेन्टेज अनुसार राख्ने, जम्मै जोड्ने र टोटल कस्ट निकाल्ने। तर कन्टिन्जेन्सी र सुपरभिजन चाहिँ नि यस्तो चाहिँ बिल्डिङ कस्टमा लाग्दैन, यो चाहिँ टोटल कस्टमा लाग्छ। त्यो कारण टोटल कस्टको सर्टेन पर्सेन्ट चाहिँ यहाँ प्रोभाइड गरेको छ। त्यो अनुसार हामीले यो न्युमेरिकल प्रब्लम गरेर एटेन्ड गऱ्यौँ। यहाँसम्म बुझ्यौ? हेलो,
Sir, बुझियो।
Yes, sir.
Now let us move to the another example. Now this is the numerical problem number 2. Prepare the preliminary estimate of the 5-story public building. The public building is of 5 stories with total carpet area of 2500 square meter and the height of each floor is 3.5 meter. Here the total carpet area of 2500 square meter is given, and that for each floor height is 3.5 meter. The total story is 5 stories building. The total area occupied for both wall and circulation purpose may be taken as 40%. 40% is considered for the wall and the circulation purpose. At the top of the floor of the building or at the top floor, roof floor of the building, parapet wall of 0.90 meter height is provided. The parapet wall is provided at the top floor of the building. Around the building, necessary provisions for water supply sanitary as well as electrification may be taken as 17% of civil load. The cube rate for this building is rupees 2300 is given per cubic meter rate. So this cubic rate is given, cubic content rate is given, cube rate is given. So we have to prepare the preliminary estimate by using the cube rate method or cubic content method. This method is as I have already told you that first of all look at the rate. in which unit the rate is given, provided, according to which we choose the type of method of preliminary estimate to solve the problem. Now, the preliminary estimate for this public building can be done by cube rate method. So the calculation of plinth area. We know the cubic content of the building, volume of the building will be the plinth area into height of the building. Plinth area into height of the building will be the cubic content of the building, that is multiplied by the cube rate to find the cost of the building. This is the condition for calculation of cube rate method. Now let X be the plinth area of the building, because here is the 5-story building, but total carpet area of 5 stories given as 2500 square meter, not given for the each floor. It is not given for the each floor. It is for with total carpet area, given as with total carpet area means 5-story building total carpet area. So X is taken, X will be the total plinth area of the building. Now plinth area is calculated as 6250.50 square meter, because plinth area is wall area, carpet area plus circulation area. Wall area plus circulation area altogether is 0.40x, and the carpet area is given as 2500 square meter. The plinth area will be 6250 square meter. After calculating the plinth area, now calculation cubic content of the building. For finding the cubic content of the building, we multiply plinth area by the height of the building. That's why height of the 5-story building, because the building is 5-story, each story height is given here. That's why 5-story building will be 5 times 5 meter, which gives the value of 17.5 meter here. Height of the parapet is considered. Height of the parapet is given as 90 centimeter, that is 0.90 meter. For parapet wall, the height is considered as 1/3 of the parapet height is considered for taking the total height of the building for calculating the preliminary estimate. Because in parapet wall there is no in other stories there is wall is high, there is there may be door, window, lintel, as well as pillars and other things, beams and etc. But in the parapet wall portion there is no door, window, beams, columns, etc. That's why 1/3 of the parapet height is taken. 1/3 of the parapet height is taken as the for considering total height of the building. That's why height of parapet is considered as 1/3 of its height to calculate cubic content. That's why the height will be 0.30 meter. That height is taken. Total height is total story height plus parapet height, which is taken for the calculation of cubic content. That will give the value of 17.80 meter. Now cubic content of the building, that means the volume of the building will be plinth area into total height, which gives the value of 1,11,250 cubic meter. यहाँसम्म बुझ्यौ? हेलो, प्यारापेट हाइट पुरै लिँदैन, प्यारापेट हाइट दिएको छ भने त्यो बेलामा प्यारापेट हाइटको 1/3 मात्र लिने, 1/3 मात्र लिने। त्यो हामीलाई चाहिँ भोल्युम निकाल्नको लागि जुन हाइटले मल्टिप्लाई गर्नु पर्छ त्यसलाई कन्सिडर गर्ने हाइट भनेको 1/3 हुन्छ। किनभने अरु फ्लोरमा चाहिँ नि त्यो वालहरु लामा लामा ठुलो अग्ला वालहरु हुन्छन्, अनि झ्याल ढोकाहरु हुन्छ, बीमहरु हुन्छ, कोलमहरु हुन्छ, हैन, लिन्टलहरु हुन्छ। तर प्यारापेट भएको ठाउँमा चाहिँ त बीम, कोलम, लिन्टल केही पनि हुँदैन, अनि त्यो वाल पनि ठुलो हाइटको हुँदैन। नभइसकेपछि अरु फ्लोर र त माथिको चाहिँ लास्टको रेलिङ फ्लोर चाहिँ वाल चाहिँ नि प्यारापेट वाललाई चाहिँ नि एउटै मानिदैन। नमान्ने भएको हुनाले त प्यारापेट वालको 1/3 भागलाई मात्रै के गरिन्छ, कन्सिडर गरिन्छ। त्यो हुनाले 1/3 हाइट इज क्याल्कुलेटेड है, 0.30 मिटर मात्र लिइन्छ। भनेपछि टोटल हाइट इज इक्वल टु 17.5 plus 0.3, which gives the value of 17.8 meter. Now, after finding the total height as well as the total plinth area of the building, you can find the volume of the building. That is the cubic content of the building, which will be 1,11,250 cubic meter. This is the calculation of cubic content of the building. After calculation of the cubic content of the building, we can find the cost of the building by using the cube rate method. Cost of building is equal to cubic content of the building into cube rate, provided that is cubic content is 1,11,250 and the cubic content rate is rupees 2300, which gives the value of 25 crore 58 lakh 75,000 rupees. 25 crores 58 lakh 75,000 rupees. This is the huge building having the total plinth area of 6,250 square meters. Because this building is very heavy and these are 5-story. That's why the cost will be high. Now, provision for water supply center and electrification is given in total of 17% of the civil work. Civil work means the cost of the building. That is the civil work. And 0.17, 17% is 17 divided by 100. You will get the value of 0.17 into that is multiplied by the total cost of the building, which gives the value of 4 crores 34 lakhs 98,750 rupees. And now add item A and B, you will get the value of rupees 29 lakh 93,750 rupees. Assuming other provisions are not given here. Other provisions are not given here. You must assume those provisions. I have already considered. I have already taught you about the administrative approval, technical sanction, contingencies, departmental charge, overcharge establishment, etc. That's why this in your problem you may take the water overcharge establishment, you can take contingencies, you can take departmental charge or supervision charge, etc. Assuming other provisions for overcharge establishment, contingency, departmental charge, etc. as contingency overcharge establishment as 1.5%, you can take 1.5 to 2%, and the contingencies you may take 3 to 5%, and the departmental charge 10 to 15%. But I am taking here providing these provisions as 1.5% for overcharge, its contingency as 5%, and departmental charge as 10%. This departmental charge includes the supervision charge. That's why supervision charge is not mentioned here. This is in the departmental charge. With total percentage will be 10, 5 and 1.5, 16.5% of the total cost, which gives the value of 4 crore 93 lakhs 96,668.75 rupees. Now, after adding the total as well as the other provisions cost, you will get the value of, after adding total cost with the assumption for the C, you will get the total preliminary estimate cost of the building by using the cube rate method. The preliminary estimate cost for the given building will be total plus C. You will get the value of rupees 34 crore 87 lakh 70,489. This will be the preliminary estimate cost for the building. सब बुझ्यो? हेलो, अघिको प्रब्लम र अहिलेको प्रब्लममा फरक छ। अहिलेको स्क्वायर फिटको बेसिसमा चाहिँ कस्ट निकालेको, अहिलेको के भन्दाखेरि भोल्युमको बेसिसमा चाहिँ कस्ट निकालेको। त्यो भएको हुनाले चाहिँ जातमा झुक्किने होइन। RB is disturbing. Hello, Rishabh Bhattacharya, what happened to your gadget? Please mute your sound. जहाँसम्म लाग्छ तिमीहरूले चाहिँ नि यो न्युमेरिकल बुझेको जस्तो लाग्छ, किनभने सिम्पल न्युमेरिकल छ। दिस न्युमेरिकल क्यान बी सल्भ बाय द स्टुडेन्ट अफ क्लास 4. This is not the hard numerical. That's why I have solved only 2 numericals regarding preliminary estimate using the plinth area method as well as the cube rate method. And in the cube rate method, I have also provided with the parapet wall for how the parapet wall is calculated while taking the height is also shown in this numerical. You may not be asked with the parapet wall in the question. At that time, the parapet wall may not be considered. But if parapet wall is given, then you should not take the total height of the parapet. Only take the 1/3 height of the parapet for calculating the total height of the building. Okay, this will be the this is the way of doing calculating the preliminary estimate of the given building. Up to this, chapter 3 is completed. Up to this, chapter 3. Let us move to the another chapter, chapter 4. यहाँसम्म तिमीले बुझ्यौ मैले भनेको? हेलो,
बुझेँ सर, बुझेँ।
ल केही छ भने भन। अब च्याप्टर 4 मा जान्छु। च्याप्टर 4 भनेको अलि इम्पोर्टेन्ट। अब च्याप्टर 4 र च्याप्टर 6 जम्मै सोध्ने भनेकै आजमा च्याप्टर 4 र च्याप्टर 6 को धेरै क्वेशनहरु हो है। अरु त थ्योरेटिकल पार्ट त अलिअलि सोध्ला। अनि च्याप्टर 3 बाट सोध्ने भनेको यही न्यूमेरिकल हो। दुई किसिमको न्यूमेरिकल सोध्न सक्छ। अब त्यसमा अरु चीजहरु प्रोभिजनहरु के भनेर थप दिन सक्छ। अरु क्वेशनमा थपेको प्रोभिजन छ भने क्वेशनमा राखेको प्रोभिजन गर्ने। यदि प्रोभिजन क्वेशनमा चाहिँ पर्याप्त मात्रामा दिएको छैन आफूले एज्युम गर्ने। जस्तो वाटर सप्लाई सेनिटरी दिएको छैन भने वाटर सप्लाई सेनिटरी चाहिँ नि 8 देखि 10% अफ द बिल्डिङ कस्ट लिने। त्यस्तै इलेक्ट्रिकल इन्स्टलेसन लगालाई 8 देखि 10% लिने हैन। अब ओभरचार्ज इस्टाब्लिशमेन्ट 1.5 देखि 2% लिने। कन्टिन्जेन्सी 3 देखि 5% लिने टोटल कस्टको है यिनीहरु चाहिँ। अनि त्यसपछि गएर चाहिँ सुपरभिजन डिपार्टमेन्टल चार्ज भनेर चाहिँ नि 10 देखि 15% अफ द टोटल कस्ट भनेर लिने है। अब के प्रोभिजन आफूलाई लिन चाहिँ सकिन्छ तिनीहरु चाहिँ लिन सकिन्छ। त्यसरी गरे भने हाम्रो प्रिलिमिनरी एस्टिमेट बनाउन सकिन्छ। जाँचमा चाहिँ नि प्रिपेयर द प्रिलिमिनरी एस्टिमेट भनेर चाहिँ अब वाल एरिया, सर्कुलेसन एरिया अथवा चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ कार्पेट एरिया दिएला अरु चीज दिएको छैन भने क्वेशन अप्रुभ रहेछ भनेर छोड्ने हैन कि त्यो एज्युम गर्न मिल्ने चाहिँ प्रोभिजनहरु आफैले के गर्नु त एज्युम गर्ने अकर्डिङ टु द न्यूमेरिकल वी सल्भ जस्ट नाउ है। ल त्यसपछि I will go for the next slide. This slide is related to the chapter 4, which is the very important chapter related to the analysis of rate. We have already discussed about the detail estimate. We have already discussed about the detail estimate. We have already discussed about the forms used in estimating. That may be the measurement form, quantity measurement form, in which this form we insert all the dimensions of the respected item to calculate the quantity of that item, as in the long-wall short-wall method or central line method. I have already shown you the format of the measurement form. That the measurement form contains the serial number, description of item, number, length, breadth, height, quantity, remark. This is the measurement form. We enter all the quantities in that measurement form and calculate the each and every item of the quantity from the given drawing. Quantities is calculated there. The costing is done later. Costing is done later in the abstract of cost form. The sample of the abstract of cost form is shown in the bill of quantity. While preparing the bill of quantity, there are the columns: serial number, description of our items, and quantity, rate, amount, and remark. That is the abstract of cost form. I have not taught you about what is okay. I have not shown you the slide of the note. I am just discussing what I have taught you. The abstract of cost form is nothing. It is the form used to calculate the cost of the each and every item, which is used for which is also bill of quantity. Bill of quantity form is abstract of cost form. The bill of you in that slide. That's why that is also finished. And the remaining part, for finding the each and every item's cost, for finding the each and every item's cost, although we have calculated the items quantity from the drawing and specification which is entered in the measurement form. But if we don't know the per unit item cost rate, if we don't know the per unit item rate, then the cost of that item cannot be determined or calculated. So to calculate the cost of each and every item individually, rate analysis is done. To calculate the cost of each and every item, the rate analysis is done. In rate analysis, what are the different types of material used to construct that item? That is first calculated. What are the different types of materials used to use for that item, and what are different categories of labor that is used to construct that item, and the labor cost, total material cost, total labor cost, as well as what may be the tools, plants, and equipment that may be used to construct that item. That tools, plants, and equipment also considered. After adding all the costs required for the materials, labors, and the tools, plants, and equipments for that item, the total cost of that cost is calculated as a direct cost. The direct cost of the construction is the cost of material, cost of labor, and cost of hire charge of tool, plants, and equipment that is directly involved in the construction of that item. These are the direct costs that is calculated, and the other indirect costs are also there. For such indirect cost, there may be the contractor's profit. Contractors construct the project, construct our project. He does he wants some profit. That profit is indirect cost, and the overhead cost of the contractor is also mentioned, that the profit and the overhead. For profit it is taken as 10%, and for overhead it is taken as 5%. Altogether, contractor's profit and overhead is considered as 15% of the total direct cost, and that cost is calculated. Later, in the last, you have to provide some tax to the contractor. Provide some tax to the contractor, or VAT is provided, value-added tax related to the material, labor, and the equipment that may be provided in these days. 13% of the total cost is provided for the taxes as VAT, and that is also considered. And by adding all the cost of material, labors, tools, plants, and equipments, contractors' profit and overhead, as well as the VAT, you will get the total cost of each item per unit rate. That rate is multiplied by the total quantity of each item to get the cost of that item, get the cost of that item. After adding all the items cost, you will get the total cost of the construction. You will get the total cost of construction. In the total cost of the construction, some provisions are made. In the total cost of construction, some provisions are added for the charge establishment, contingencies, departmental charge, etc. To know the detailed estimated cost of the project. So rate analysis is very essential to know the per unit item rate. Without rate analysis, we cannot calculate the cost of each and every item. Without calculating the cost of each and every item, the estimated cost of the project cannot be determined. That's why detailed estimated cost of the project cannot be determined without the rate analysis. That's why rate analysis is very necessary for estimating the cost. This is the most important topics. That's why each and every items, there may be more than 100 items in the building. All the items rate analysis should be done. But in our context, we do the rate analysis for the important items used in the building, because in the examination you may be asked to find the different types of material for each item, or you may be asked to prepare the rate analysis of that item or another item. the rate analysis for building items, the rate analysis for water supply sanitary items, the rate analysis for road items. We should do all the rate analysis. That's why the items are there. More and more items are there. That's why we only calculate the rate analysis for the important items, and you may be asked to find the rate analysis of any one item in the examination. Any one item in the examination. That's why calculating material or prepare a rate analysis may be asked in the exam. So it is the very important chapter. The theoretical part of the rate analysis may also be asked in the question. What is rate analysis? What is the purpose of rate analysis? What is the importance of rate analysis? What are the different factors that is considered to affect the rate analysis, etc. Such things may also be asked in the examination. Now, without delaying, I am going to share the slide of chapter 4. Let us start. First of all, I want to off my video and I will share. No, not that. Now, this is the chapter 4. And this chapter 4 is, I have prepared this chapter 4 in the old document. That's why chapter 4, analysis of rates. I have already told you about the what is the analysis of rate. According to introduction, the analysis of rate. Analysis of rate is the process of calculating per unit item rate by considering cost of material, cost of labor, higher charge of tools, plants and equipment, as well as contractor profit, overhead, as well as tax. This is the procedure. How can we prepare the rate analysis? First of all, we have to find the cost of all the materials. We have to find the cost of all the labors. We have to find the hard charge of tool, plants and equipment cost, A, B, C. These are the costs, and we add all these costs, A plus B plus C as D. Hello?
Sir.
Hello?
अपलोड गर्न मिल्छ भने अपलोड गरिदिनु सर फाइल.
यो मेरो यो फाइल कम्प्लिटली पुरा भएको छैन है. च्याप्टरको कम्प्लिट पुरा भएको छैन. मैले जति पुरा गरेको छु त्यो भाग पढाउँदै जान्छु, यसमा म थप्दै जान्छु कि एकैचोटि यसको लामो छ हैन. अब केही भाग बिल्डिङको सकेपछि बिल्डिङको पुरै चाहिँ नि मैले पढाउनु पर्ने जति चाहिँ रेट एनालाइसिसको पोर्सन सकिसकेपछि बिल्डिङको मात्रै सकिसकेपछि पनि मैले तिमीहरूलाई अपलोड गरेछु. मैले 1, 2, 3 च्याप्टरको अपलोड गरिदिइसकेँ है. यो 4 च्याप्टरको चाहिँ नि यो पुरै कम्प्लिट भएको छैन. त्यो हुनाले अहिले च्याप्टर 4 को चाहिँ खालि यो इन्ट्रोडक्सनको पार्ट र थ्योरिटिकल पोर्सनहरू अलिअलि भएको छ. अनि पछाडिपट्टि चाहिँ 10-12 वटा जति चाहिँ नि रेट एनालाइसिस गरेको चाहिँ चिजहरू भएको छ. अरू पछाडिका चिजहरू भएको छैन, धेरै छ यसमा हैन. त्यही हुनाले जति सकेको छु त्यतिको मात्र मैले अहिले चाहिँ पढाउन लागु हो. किनभने अब यो अहिले मैले यो चाहिँ प्रिपेयर गरेकै थिइनँ. पहिला यो पढाउनु बेला चाहिँ नि यस्तो चाहिँदैन, मलाई बोर्डमा डाइरेक्टली गएर पढाइन्थ्यो. अब अहिले चाहिँ बोर्डमा पढाउनु नमिल्ने स्लाइडबाट पढाउनु पर्यो. स्लाइडबाट पढाउँदाखेरि बनाइदिनु पर्यो है. त्यसले गर्दा तिमीहरूको ग्रुपलाई चाहिँ अब यो इस्टिमेटिङको बनाउने, उता हाइड्रोलोजीको बनाउने, एकैचोटि पढ्दाखेरि मलाई चाहिँ डामाडोल भयो. हप्तामा 22-23 पिरियड छ, दुईतिर गरेर दिनदिनै क्लास छ है. भ्याउन पनि गाह्रो भइरहेको छ क्या. त्यही हुनाले चाहिँ जति मैले भ्याउँदै जान्छु उति पढाउँदै गएको छु क्या. अब त्यस क्लासलाई चाहिँ नि ह्याम्पर गरेको छैन. तिमीलाई क्लासलाई दिनुपर्ने अब 2 घन्टा क्लासमा पुऱ्याउनु पर्ने चाहिँ पुऱ्याइदिइरहेको छु. यो सकिने बित्तिकै तिमीहरूलाई म पढाइदिइहाल्छु, तिमीले भन्नै पर्दैन है. This is the procedure of rate analysis. The procedure is already discussed. I have already discussed about the procedure. We have to find the cost of the material, total cost of the material. We have to find the total cost of labor. We have to find the total cost of hard charge of tools, plants and equipment required. And all these costs are added, which are the direct costs. this may be A plus B plus C is equal to D shape. If you add sum of all these costs, direct costs, the amount is D shape. Now contractor profit and overhead is taken as 15% of the total cost D, which gives the value of total 15% is taken, and that is 10% is for contractor's profit and 5% for the contractor's overhead. This contractor's overhead is generally basically used for the contractor to hire his supervisor, to make his office and the other to make his office staffs and and the other official works with the 5% of the overhead cost. That's why this 5% is also should also consider. That's the total contractor profit and overhead are mentioned in single heading as 15% of subtotal. That means A plus B plus C is equal to D. That's why the 15% of D will be 0.15 D. Now adding the subtotal A plus B plus direct cost and the indirect cost related to the contractor profit and overhead, you will get the value of total cost as 1.15 D. You will get the value of 1.15 D. Now VAT or tax is taken as 13% of the total, and that means the 1.15 13% of 1.15 D, which gives the value of 0.15 D. 0.1495 is coming. So 13% of 1.15 D will be 0.15 D. The current total will be 1.30 D. 1.15 D plus 0.15 D, which gives the 1.30 D. In this way, we prepare the analysis of rates. The total cost per unit item is calculated as 1.30 D. After doing the rate analysis, you may understand what I am showing here. You may be able to understand what I am showing here after doing the rate analysis of any item. You can know what SIR is doing for this procedure of rate analysis. Now, purpose of rate analysis. For which objective or purpose rate analysis is done? To work out actual cost per unit item of the work. Without rate analysis, we cannot find the per unit item cost. So to work out as actual cost per unit item of work, and to work out economical use of material. In the rate analysis, we do the rate analysis for each and every item of work. For each and every item of work, different types of materials can be used, and all the categories of all the types and categories of materials that is used in the construction is known. That's why the material is used for the construction. If we use the quality material, if we use the high rate material, then our construction cost will be rise up. So to balance the construction cost, then we can use the economical use of material. If we don't have the sufficient budget, then we may not be able to use the high quality material. Instead of high quality material, we should use the moderate quality material. Or if we have the budget to construct the project is very minimum budget. If we have to construct the project, then the low quality material should be used. That's why to work out economical use of material and process in completing the particular item, that is also fixed according to the rate analysis. If the cost is very high, if we don't have the budget, then we have to go to the another item. If we don't have the budget, if we want to make the floor by using the marble, if we want to make the floor by using the marble, if we take the rate analysis of the marble flooring, then the cost will be higher. Then that cost may lead the project cost higher. So if we don't have the total, if we don't have the sufficient budget for the construction of the project, then we have to replace that marble floor by the simple cement plaster floor. So that will be the process and the economical use of material and the process, and that can be used to revise the schedule of rates due to increase in cost of material. it is also used to revise the rates. If the rate is if the we have to prepare the revised estimate. If we have to prepare the revised estimate at that cost case, the revised quantity as well as the revised cost is calculated. It helps to revise the schedule of rates due to increase in the cost of the material. If the material cost is increased, the schedule of rates should be changed. That may also be increased. That's why the labor rate or material rate as well as tools plus equipment rate or changing techniques may be changed. At that time the rate will be increased. So it is also helps to revise the rate. How much the rate is different, how much the previous rate and the present increase rate, there is a difference between the present rate, we can analyze with the help of the rate analysis. Rate analysis. Similar to take the rate offered by the contractor, and the contractor offers his rate in the bill of quantity that is submitted to the contractor during the tendering process. The contractor should fill up the bill of quantity with their own rate and the amount. Because there is in the bill of quantity there is the different items and their quantity. The rate and the amount column will be left blank. The contractor should fill up that rate and amount for each and every item. That's why whether that rate offered by the contractor is suitable or not. Whether that rate offered by the contractor is suitable or not according to the present context of the different types of materials cost, labor cost, and the tools and equipment cost. Is that sufficient or not? Is that possible or not? We can analyze. We can analyze by framing our own rate analysis. By framing our own rate analysis, then only we can analyze the rate offered by the contractor. So to check the rate offered by the contractor, whether his offered rate is higher than the actual rate per unit item or not. To check the rate offered by the contractor, rate analysis is necessary, and we use this for checking the rate offered by contractor. To estimate the overall cost of the project, with the help of rate analysis, each and every item's total cost is calculated, and the total cost of the project is calculated. Overall cost of the project is calculated, estimated according to all the cost of items. By summing up all the cost of items with the help of rate analysis, knowing the per unit rate of that item, we can calculate the total cost of each and every items, and after adding total cost of each and every item, we can get the detailed estimate cost. That is the total to estimate the overall cost of the project. That will be the overall estimate cost of the project. To fix up labor contract, we can contract labor, we can contract material, we can contract labor that is required for the project. That is, the labor may be supplied by the contractor for our project. What will be the total cost of the labor? That is, what will be the total cost of the labor that is required in our project? What are the different types of varieties of labor? How many labors are required? That can be easily calculated from the rate analysis. And accordingly, after knowing how much money the labor takes from the project and what types of different categories of labors are there, so according to this this reference, we may be able to contract the labors by contracting, fix up labor contract. That's why if we don't know the how many labors are required, what are the different categories of labor, what will be the rate of each and every labors, if we don't these things, then we cannot fix up the labor contract, because this may be without knowing the idea of the labor, the fixing of labor contract may be costlier for us. That's why to fix up the labor contract. This gives us the proper way. It shows the proper way for the fixing of labor contract also. To work out the cost of extra item which are not provided in the contract document. The extra item that may not be provided in the contract document, that is also can be calculated by using the rate analysis. If we have the rate analysis, if we have the rate analysis of the scheduled materials, if we have the rate analysis of the scheduled items in the estimate, we have the rate analysis of the scheduled items in the estimate. But if we have the non-scheduled items, then that items rate analysis should be made separately later, and to know the cost of extra item, or the direct cost of the material, labor, or equipment is the direct cost, and contractor's profit as well as VAT, which gives the cost of the extra item. This is not the direct cost, this is the indirect cost. Similarly, indirect cost can also be calculated, or scheduled item or non-scheduled items cost also can be calculated. This is the to of the cost of the extra item which are not provided in the contract document. Now, importance of rate analysis is the another heading. Importance of rate analysis. The analysis of rates provides a clear picture of various types of labors, materials, plants, and equipment required for the completion of the particular item. This is the main thing that can be seen from the rate analysis. Hence, the required materials, manpowers, as well as tools and equipment can be arranged in site. In time by procuring such things in advance. For the smooth running of the construction project without delay. This means the cost of the construction project will be minimum. If the construction project is completed within the estimated time frame, or means the project is constructed with the cheaper cost. If the project is delayed, without the availability of material at the site, then there will be loss of the time. After filling the time of the project increases, and the increasing time ultimately increases the cost of the project. That's why rate analysis is very important, so that the work cannot be work should not be stopped without the material, without the manpower, as well as without the tools, plants, and equipments available in the site. That's why we can procure the required materials, required quantity of material, required types of different types of manpowers, and required tools, plants, and equipment. Without the equipment, we cannot do the work properly in time, because the use of machine ultimately increases the efficiency of the work. That's why the efficiency of work helps to reduce the completion period of time, completion of the project. That's why they can be arranged in time. It is very important in this respect. This is the importance of rate analysis for the project. यहाँ सब बुझ्यौ? हेलो हेलो के छ कुरो?
बुझ्यो सर, बुझ्यो।
यो मैले जम्मैको पोइन्टको डिस्क्राइब मैले गरिसकेँ। मैले जातमा दुई लाइन डिस्क्राइब गर्न मन लाग्छ नि गर। अब समय भ्याइदैन भने यसरी पोइन्ट वाइज एन्सर लेख्नु न, यसरी नम्बर त आउँछ हैन। अहिले फिक्स लेबर कन्ट्र्याक्टिङ गर्ने, यस्तै गर्न सकिन्छ। यसरी गर्यो भने हामीलाई रेट थाहा भयो भने बल्ल लेबर कन्ट्र्याक्टरमा हामी सफल हुन्छौँ, नभए हामी ठगिन सक्छौँ भन्ने कुरा यस्तो दिनु पर्यो के। अब यो चिजहरू लेख्ने हो है। अब रिक्वायरमेन्ट अफ रेट एनालाइसिस. What are the data that must be required during the process of the रेट एनालाइसिस चाहिँ गर्दाखेरि हामीलाई के डाटा चाहिँ हुनुपर्छ अथवा हामीलाई के थाहा हुनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ यसले दिन्छ रिक्वायरमेन्ट्स अफ रेट एनालाइसिस फर डुइङ द एनालाइसिस अफ रेट्स फलोइङ इन्फर्मेसन मस्ट बी ग्यादर है के इन्फर्मेसन हामीले ग्यादर गर्नुपर्छ त भन्दाखेरि करेक्ट इन्फर्मेसन अफ मार्केट रेट अफ द मेटेरियल करेक्ट इन्फर्मेसन अफ market rate of the material. The rate of the material may be changed. Sometimes the material may rises. The cost of the material may rises. Sometimes it may fall down. That's why the correct information of market rate of material must be known to calculate the per unit item cost. That is, we do not go to the market and ask to the shopkeeper what is the cost of the cement per bag, what is the cost of reinforcement bar per kg, what is the cost of the tap, what is the cost of the socket, what is the cost of elbow. We do not go to the market and ask the shopkeeper what is the cost of such items, but the correct information of market rate of the market rate of metals must be known. That is known by the district rate committee, and they publish the district rate for that fiscal year for regarding the types of materials, type of labors, types of tools, equipment, transportation rate, etc. So the correct information of market rate of material must be known before starting the rate analysis. That means we should have the district rate of different materials, different labors, different tools, plants, equipments, transportation rate, etc. That is mentioned in the district rate prepared by the district rate committee annually. That rate is district rate must be known. The correct information of market rate of various categories of labor. The correct information of market rate of various categories of labor that must be known, which is also mentioned in the district rate. Output or outturn of the labor. Output or outturn of the labor means the capacity of doing work by the labor in a day. What is the capacity of the labor doing work in a day? That is, the skilled manpower, unskilled manpower, they have their own work. They have their own work. Some manpower construct the wall. Some makes the door and window. Some may do the electrical works. Different types of manpower are there. We should know what is the capacity of that manpower to do a work in a day. That is the output or outturn. The capacity of labor to do a work in a day, that is in an 8 hour a day, 10 to 5 is considered, 10 to 5 or 6 is considered, or 9 to 6 is 5 is considered as the 8 hour working day. In a 8 hour working day, the capacity of doing work by individual labor is different, because there may be the physical thing required. How physically the labor is fit for that work. Mental also disturbed. If he is mentally disturbed, then he may not work properly. If he is physically weak, he may not be work properly. Although if he was fit and fine, then at that time he may work more. But if he gets fever, he gets headache, then at that time the output of the labor will be decreased. So the output or outturn of labor or outturn of the different types of tools, plants, and equipment, that is according to this, the total number of labor required, total number of different types of labor required, total number of different types of tools, plants, and equipment required is considered in the rate in the norms. In the norms, according to the output of the labor, according to the outturn of the tools, plants and equipments, the norm is developed by the government. This norm is used. How many numbers of particular levels are required for each and every item of the work? That is per unit item of the work. That is considered from the norms which is prepared by the government. This is the that data is required. Up-to-date knowledge of the construction. For the person who prepares the analysis of rates of each and every item, he must know the up-to-date knowledge of the construction from the very beginning, from the excavation of foundation to the finishing of the work. That must mean he must know the each and every item. He must know the how each and every item of work is constructed. He must know the what type of labors are required for each and every item. He must know the what are the different types of material used for that item. He must know all the things about the construction from the very beginning to the end of the finishing work. Each and every item must be known by the estimator for preparing the rate analysis, for preparing the for calculating the per unit item cost. So these are the things that must be gathered. That is information of market rate of material, information of market rate of labors, information of market rate of various types of tools, plants and equipment is known from the district rate. For our case, these are known from the district rate. Similarly, output, outturn of labor, outturn of tools, plants and equipment is known from the government norms. Is known from the government norms. We must have the district rate and the government norms for preparing the rate analysis. For preparing the rate analysis. If we conduct the if we are going to prepare the analysis of rates for item, then we must take the district rate of that project. The project is constructing in the Gorkha district. We should not use the district rate of the Kaski district. But government norms is same for all the districts. The government norms should be followed to find the types of the labors, to find the quantity of labor, to find the quantity of tools, plants, equipment used, etc. This is for this government norms is used, and for the rate of the material of different materials, labors, tools, plants, equipment, transportation rate, etc. That is taken from the district rate, which is prepared by the district rate committee annually for that district. Okay, ल यो भनेको मैले बुझ्यौ। अब रिक्वायरमेन्ट अफ रेट एनालाइसिसमा चाहिँ हामीलाई चाहिन्छ के भन्दाखेरि इन्फर्मेसन चाहिन्छ। कस्तो कस्तो किसिमको मेटेरियल युज हुन्छ, त्यो मेटेरियलको मार्केट रेट कति भन्ने इन्फर्मेसन चाहिन्छ है। बजारमा त्यो मेटेरियल कतिमा पाइन्छ त, एक बोरा सिमेन्टको मूल्य कति पर्छ हैन, अब चाहिँ नि एक बन्डल टिनको मूल्य कति पर्छ, झ्यालको काठको मूल्य कति पर्छ, सालको काठको मूल्य कति पर्छ, सिसाको मूल्य कति पर्छ, सिसाहरूको मूल्य कति पर्छ, छडको मूल्य कति पर्छ, त्यो जम्मै यस्ता रेटहरू हामीलाई थाहा पाउनु जरुरी हुन्छ। त्यो मूल्य थाहा छैन भने कसरी हामीले रेट एनालाइसिस गर्ने हैन। त्यो मूल्य थाहा पाउनलाई हामी मार्केट डुल्दैनौँ, हामी मार्केट डुल्दैनौँ। त्यो मूल्यको चाहिँ नि मूल्य निर्धारण समिति भन्ने हुन्छ जिल्लामा, जिल्ला दर निर्धारण समिति। त्यो जिल्ला दर निर्धारण समितिले चाहिँ नि विभिन्न किसिमको चाहिँ कन्स्ट्रक्सन material available in the that district are mentioned there with their rates है। तिनीहरूको रेट सहित त्यो वर्षको रेट सहित के गर्छ त, यो वर्ष कास्की जिल्लाकोमा चाहिँ नि सिमेन्टको मूल्य यति है, यो वर्ष कास्की जिल्लामा चाहिँ नि फलामा चाहिँ नि कमोडको मूल्य यति, यो साइजको कमोडको यस्तो टाइपको कमोडको मूल्य यति, काटीको मूल्य यति भने विभिन्न जति पनि कन्स्ट्रक्सन मेटेरियलहरू छन् तिनको मूल्यहरू राखिदिएको हुन्छ। त्यो किताब लिनु पर्यो हामीले। त्यो भनेको रेट अफ डिस्ट्रिक्ट रेटको चाहिँ त्यो बुकलेट चाहिँ हामीसँग हुनुपर्छ, डिस्ट्रिक्ट रेट हुनुपर्छ है। त्यो डिस्ट्रिक्ट रेटमा मेटेरियलको मात्रै हुँदैन, लेबरहरूको रेट पनि हुन्छ हैन। डकर्मीको मूल्य कति, सिकर्मीको मूल्य कति हैन, अब यो चाहिँ इलेक्ट्रिसियनको मूल्य कति, इन्जिनियरले दिनको चाहिँ नि सुपरभाइज गरेको मूल्य कति है। विभिन्न किसिमका अपरेटरहरूको मूल्य कति जम्मै चाहिँ लेखिदिएको हुन्छ रेट है त्यो जिल्लाको लागि वर्षै पछि चाहिँ नि त्यो समायोजन हुन्छ र त्यो अनुसार उनीहरूले के छ जिल्ला दर निर्धारण समितिले चाहिँ जिल्ला दर चाहिँ बनाएको हुन्छ त्यो डिस्ट्रिक्ट रेट हामीलाई चाहियो त्यो डिस्ट्रिक्ट रेटमा मेटेरियलको रेट पनि हुन्छ लेबरको रेट पनि हुन्छ टुल्स प्लान्ट्स इक्विपमेन्टको रेट पनि हुन्छ है त्यो जिल्ला दर रेट चाहियो अब आउटटर्न अफ लेबर अथवा चाहिँ नलेज एन्ड आउटटर्न अफ द भेरियस टाइप्स अफ प्लान्ट्स एन्ड इक्विपमेन्ट भन्यो भने अब यो हामीले कति चाहिँ लेबरले एक दिनमा कति काम गर्न सक्छ उसको क्यापेसिटीलाई हामी भन्छ आउटपुट अफ लेबर द क्यापेसिटी अफ डुइङ वर्क बाई अ लेबर इन अ डे इज कल्ड आउटपुट अर आउटटर्न अफ लेबर त्यसलाई के भन्छ त भन्दाखेरि आउटपुट अथवा आउटटर्न अफ लेबर भनिन्छ एउटा लेबरले दिनमा कति काम गर्न सक्छ एउटा मिस्त्रीले कतिवटा इँटा जोड्न सक्छ दिनमा भन्ने कुरा त्यो मिस्त्री पछि के हुन्छ फरक हुन्छ सबै मिस्त्रीले चाहिँ बराबर जोड्छ भन्ने छैन कोही एकदम एक्सपिरियन्स छ छिटछिटो चाहिँ सधैँ त्यही काम गर्ने मिस्त्री छ एक्सपिरियन्स चाहिँ मेसन छ भने त्यसले चाहिँ नि दिनमा 1500 इँटा पनि जोडिदिन्छ है अब अर्को त्यस्तै खालको मेसन छ उसले पनि इँटाको गाह्रो जोड्ने काम गरिरहेको छ तर यो अलिक के छ त एक्सपिरियन्स छैन उसँग अलिक तागत पनि छैन भने उसले 1000-1200 इँटा जोड्ला दिनमा हैन त्यो के हो भन्दा आउटटर्न के हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि फरक हुन्छ अब कसले कति जोड्छ भनेर त्यसको मापन गरेर पहिला लेबरलाई काममा लगाएर यसले यति जोड्दो रहेछ भने हिसाब गरेर गरिँदैन त्यो चाहिँ थाहा हुनुपर्छ तर त्यो कता थाहा हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि विभिन्न लेबरहरूलाई एउटै काम गर्न दिएर त्यो लेबरहरूले कति इँटा जोड्छ दिनमाको आधारमा चाहिँ के गरिन्छ भन्दाखेरि एभरेजको रूपमा चाहिँ नि आउटटर्न अफ लेबर क्यालकुलेसन गरेर त्यसैको आधारमा यति घनमिटरको लागि यति इँटा जोड्नुपर्छ भने त्यो त्यति घनमिटर जोड्नको लागि कति लेबर चाहिन्छ त भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ नि त्यो चाहिँ फिक्स गरिएको छ त्यो चाहिँ कहाँ आउँछ त भन्दाखेरि गभर्मेन्ट नर्म्समा आउँछ त्यो गभर्मेन्ट नर्म्समा 1 घनमिटर इँटा जोड्नको लागि कतिजना चाहिँ नि मेसन चाहिन्छ कतिजना कुल्ली चाहिन्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ नि त्यहाँ लेखिदिएको छ त्यही नर्म्स अनुसार हामीले काम गर्नुपर्छ आउटपुट अर आउटटर्न अफ लेबर अथवा नलेज रेट एन्ड आउटटर्न अफ भेरियस टाइप्स अफ रेट त डिस्ट्रिक्ट रेटमा भइहाल्यो होइन आउटटर्न अफ भेरियस टाइप्स अफ चाहिँ इक्विपमेन्ट अथवा मेसिन प्लान्ट्सको चाहिँ चिजको पनि आउटटर्न कसले लेखिदिएको छ त भन्दाखेरि त्यही नर्म्समै राखिदिएको छ त्यो गभर्मेन्ट नर्म्सबाटै कुरा थाहा हुन्छ अप टु डेट नलेज अफ द कन्स्ट्रक्सन भनेको अब कन्स्ट्रक्सनमा सुरुदेखि अन्तिमसम्म गर्न पर्ने विभिन्न आइटमहरू के हुन् त भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ नि त्यो रेट एनालाइसिस गर्ने मान्छेलाई थाहा हुनुपर्छ उसले चाहिँ स्पेसिफिकेसन पढ्नु पर्यो उसले चाहिँ टोटल प्रोजेक्टको चाहिँ इस्टिमेट हेर्नु पर्यो टोटल प्रोजेक्टको चाहिँ डिफ्रेन्ट आइटम्सहरू हेर्नु पर्यो त्यो आइटम्सहरू हेरिसकेपछि अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ त्यसैको आधारमा बल्ल उसले के सक्छ त सबै आइटमको रेट एनालाइसिस गर्न सक्छ भने चाहिँ अप टु डेट नलेज उसलाई थाहा पाउनु पर्यो त आइटम त देखियो तर त्यो आइटममा कति म्यान पावर लाग्छ कुन कस्तो खालको म्यान पावर लाग्छ कस्तो क्याटेगोरीको चाहिँ लेबर लाग्छ कस्तो चाहिँ टाइप्सको चाहिँ इक्विपमेन्टहरू लाग्छ अथवा टुल्स प्लान्ट लाग्छ भन्ने कुरो चाहिँ उसले के गर्नुपर्छ बुझ्नु पर्यो त्यो थाहा छैन भने त्यसले चाहिँ के गर्न सक्दैन त त्यसले रेट एनालाइसिस गर्न सक्दैन अब चाहिँ पिसिसी 134 भनेको ठाउँमा 1 भाग सिमेन्ट 3 भाग चाहिँ बालुवा र 4 भाग चाहिँ गिटी भनेको ठाउँमा चाहिँ अब पिसिसी भनेको चाहिँ नै थाहा छैन भने त्यसले 1 3 4 को ठाउँमा के राख्छ उसलाई पिसिसी भनेकै थाहा छैन भने उसले के गर्दैन 1 3 4 लेखाएको के हो त्यो 1 3 4 है अब त 1 भाग बालुवा सिमेन्ट 3 भाग चाहिँ बालुवा र 4 भाग गिटी भनेको 1 3 4 छैन भने त्यसलाई कसरी काम गरिन्छ के मेटेरियल लाग्छ भने थाहा छैन अब त पिसिसी बनाउनलाई कार्पेन्टर लाउने हो कि इलेक्ट्रिसियन लाउने हो कि भन्न थाल्यो भने त त्यस्तोले कहाँ रेट एनालाइसिस गर्न सक्दैन नि भनेपछि अप टु डेट नलेज अफ द कन्स्ट्रक्सन उसलाई हुनुपर्छ है कन्स्ट्रक्सनको काम कसरी गरिन्छ कसले गर्छ के मेटेरियल लाग्छ त्यो आइटममा भन्ने कुरा उसले के गर्नुपर्छ त्यो बुझेको हुनुपर्छ त्यस्तो व्यक्तिले मात्रै के गर्न सक्छ रेट एनालाइसिस गर्न सक्छ दिस इज द फ्याक्टर्स एफेक्टिङ रेट एनालाइसिस वाट आर द फ्याक्टर्स affecting the rate analysis there are different factors which affect the rate analysis भनेको पर युनिट आइटम कस्टमा फरक पर्छ तिमीहरूले चाहिँ घरमा चाहिँ नि भात खाने ल खानालाई खाना बनाउनलाई के चाहिँले फरक पार्छ भन्यो भने खाना बनाउनलाई चाहिँ भात पकाएर खानु पर्यो भने सबै भातको मूल्य एउटै हुन्छ हुँदैन तिमी मोटा चामलको भात खान्छौ सस्तो पर्ला हैन अब बासमती चामलको भात खान्छौ अलि महँगो पर्ला तिमी दाल खान्छौ चाहिँ नि अब चाहिँ साधारण दाल खान्छौ सस्तो पर्ला अहिले चाहिँ घिउले झान्नी गर्ने गरेर चाहिँ राम्रो किसिमको चाहिँ हाई क्वालिटीको दाल किनेर खान्छौ, तिमीलाई महँगो पर्ला होइन। तरकारी खान्छौ, बजारमा गएर चाहिँ अलिकति चाहिँ नि ओइलाको अर्को तरकारी लिएर आएर पकाएर खान्छौ, सस्तो पर्ला। आलु किन्ने जाने बेला चाहिँ थर्ड क्लास आलु खान्छौ, सस्तो पर्छ होइन। त्यही आलु राम्रो जातको आलु किनेर खानु पर्यो भने महँगो पर्छ होइन। मासु खाने भनेर त अब राँगो मासु खायो भने सस्तो पर्ला होइन। अब चाहिँ खसीको मासु खायो भने महँगो पर्ला, मासु मात्रै भनेर भन नि त। भनेपछि यसरी के हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि मेटेरियलको क्वालिटीले पनि के गर्छ त भन्दाखेरि असर गर्छ। क्वालिटी हाई क्वालिटीको चिज छ भन्यो भने हाम्रो रेट अल्टिमेटली के हुन्छ त त्यो बढ्न जान्छ, इन्क्रिज हुन्छ है। त्यो हुनाले फ्याक्टर्स एफेक्टिङ रेट एनालाइसिसमा के गर्नु पर्छ भन्दाखेरि क्वालिटी अफ मेटेरियलको क्वालिटी अनुसार फरक पर्छ। हाई क्वालिटी मेटेरियल विल कस्ट हायर रेट है, लो क्वालिटी हेभ डेफिनेटली लोवर रेट। अब त्यो हुन्छ प्रोपोर्सन अफ मोटर। अब रिच प्रोपोर्सनमा चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ रिच सिमेन्ट स्यान्ड मोटर युज गरियो भने हाम्रो कस्ट बढ्छ। एक तिनको मसलामा चाहिँ नि प्लास्टर गर्नु र एक छको मसलामा प्लास्टर गर्नुमा एक तिनको मसलाको चाहिँ रेट के हुन्छ, हाई हुन्छ। किनभने त्यसमा सिमेन्टको प्रोपोर्सन स्यान्डको तुलनामा धेरै हुन्छ एक तिनमा। भने एक छमा चाहिँ नि अब 6 भाग सिमेन्ट 6 भाग बालुवा 1 भाग सिमेन्ट भयो। यसमा भने बालुवा एक तिनमा हेऱ्यो भने 3 भाग बालुवा 1 भाग सिमेन्ट भयो भने चाहिँ सिमेन्टको मात्रा के हो त भन्दाखेरि बालुवाको तुलनामा धेरै भयो भने बालुवाभन्दा सिमेन्ट धेरै महँगो हुन्छ। त्यो भएपछि त्यो आइटमै के भइदिन्छ, महँगो हुन्छ। भने चाहिँ प्रोपोर्सनले पनि के गर्छ, फरक पर्छ। प्रोपोर्सन भनेको सधैँ सिमेन्ट र स्यान्ड मात्र होइन, कङ्क्रिटको प्रोपोर्सन पनि त हुनसक्छ होइन। 1 2 4 को चाहिँ नि मसलाले बनाएको चाहिँ कङ्क्रिट र होइन 1 3 6 ले बनाएको मसलाको कङ्क्रिट हेऱ्यो भने 1 2 4 को चाहिँ मसलाको कङ्क्रिटको रेट हायर हुन्छ 1 3 6 को भन्दा है। यो पनि बुझ्नुभयो। अब क्याटेगोरिज अफ लेबरहरू विभिन्न क्याटेगोरिज हुन्छ। स्किल लेबर र अनस्किल लेबर। स्किल लेबर धेरै छ भने हायर कस्ट हुन्छ, अनस्किल लेबरको लोवर कस्ट हुन्छ है। अब विभिन्न किसिमका लेबरहरू पाइन्छन्, ती लेबरहरूको रेट फरक हुनसक्छ। त्यो क्याटेगोरिज अफ लेबर कस्तो कस्तो किसिमको लेबर हामीले युज गर्छौँ त्यो अनुसार पनि के हुन्छ, हाम्रो रेटलाई एफेक्ट गर्छ। टाइप अफ द वर्क एन्ड साइट कन्डिसन है। टाइप अफ कस्तो किसिमको काम हो, पानी मुनि डुबेर गर्ने काम हो कि आनन्दले बाहिर चाहिँ भुइँमा उभिएर गर्ने काम हो, हावा खाएर गर्ने काम हो कि पानी खाएर गर्ने काम हो होइन। साइट कस्तो छ, अप्ठ्यारो ठाउँमा गर्नुपर्ने काम हो कि सजिलो ठाउँमा गर्ने काम हो है। अप्ठ्यारो ठाउँमा साइट कन्डिसनलाई पनि हेर्नु पर्छ, साइट कस्तो छ, साइटको कन्डिसन अनुसार पनि के हुनसक्छ, रेट लो र हाई हुनसक्छ। फ्यासिलिटिज प्रोभाइडेड टु द लेबर, ट्रान्सपोर्टेसन, सेल्टर, फुड एन्ड हेल्थ इन्सुरेन्स एक्सेट्रा। यदि लेबरहरूले जुन प्रोजेक्टमा काम गर्छन् तिनीहरूलाई हामीले चाहिँ नि खाना बस्नको सुविधा दिनुपर्छ। तिनीहरूलाई हामीले चाहिँ उनीहरू बसेको ठाउँबाट साइटमा पुर्याउनलाई ट्रान्सपोर्टेसनको सुविधा उपलब्ध गराउनुपर्छ। तिनीहरूलाई चाहिँ हेल्थ फेसिलिटी दिनुपर्छ, तिनीहरूलाई चाहिँ बिमा गरिदिनुपर्छ भन्यो भने त्यो कन्डिसनमा चाहिँ हाम्रो रेट बढ्न जान्छ। किनभने कन्ट्र्याक्टरले यो कामहरू त उसलाई सित्तैमा त गर्दैन, उसलाई सेल्टर र खुवाउनको लागि पैसा चाहियो, हेल्थ चेकअपको लागि चाहियो, इन्सुरेन्स गरिदिनलाई पैसा चाहियो होइन। उनीहरूलाई चाहिँ विभिन्न चाहिँ प्रोटेक्सनका चाहिँ उपकरणहरू किनिदिनु पर्ला, हेलमेटहरू, उनीहरूलाई ज्याकेटहरू, जुत्ताहरू जस्तो दिनु पर्ला साइडमा काम गर्न। त्यो बेला के हुन्छ, कस्ट बढ्छ। भनेपछि यस्ता चाहिँ फेसिलिटीहरू यदि लेबरलाई हामी प्रोभाइड गर्छौँ त्यो खाना बस्नदेखि लिएर स्वास्थ्य उपचार, बिमा, यातायातदेखि लिएर जम्मै अरू चाहिँ नि प्रोटेक्सन चाहिँ गर्ने चाहिँ उनीहरूको चाहिँ उपकरणहरू उपलब्ध गराउनदेखि लिएर जति पनि फेसिलिटीहरू हामी दिन्छौँ, जति धेरै फेसिलिटीहरू लेबरलाई प्रोभाइड गरिन्छ उति नै हाम्रो के हुन्छ, रेट बढ्न जान्छ। लोकेसन अफ द साइट, साइट कता छ त, सुगममा छ कि दुर्गममा छ कि मार्केटबाट नजिक छ कि मार्केटबाट टाढा छ कि, त्यस्तै कारणले पनि के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो त्यो साइटमा लेबर पाउने नपाउने हुन्छ। दुर्गम ठाउँमा चाहिँ लेबरहरू जानै मान्दैन है। दुर्गम ठाउँ उनीहरू आफ्नो परिवारसँगै बसेर उनीहरू थोरै कमाउने खाने परिवार छोडेर नजाने भनेर चाहिँ जानै मान्दैन। दुर्गममा गएपछि त्यो ठाउँमा चाहिँ राम्ररी बस्न खान पनि पाइँदैन, बजार हुँदैन, केही हुँदैन, मनोरञ्जन गर्ने साधनहरू केही हुँदैनन् है। अब चाहिँ घर जानु पर्यो भने टाढा पर्न जान्छ, भाडा बढी लाग्छ, के गर्छ भन्दा बहुत त्यस्तो ठाउँमा जान्न म काम गर्न भनेर लेबर जानै मान्दैन। त्यस्तो दुर्गम ठाउँमा छ भने लेबरलाई बढी पैसा दिएर भए पनि काममा लानु पर्ने हुन्छ। त्यो हुनाले बढी खर्च हुन्छ। लेबरको रेट बढ्ने बित्तिकै के हो, खर्च बढ्यो। दुर्गम ठाउँमा मेटेरियलहरू पाइएन भने मार्केटबाट त मेटेरियल बोकेर लानु पर्यो, ट्रान्सपोर्टेसन चार्ज बढ्न सक्छ, त्यसले गर्दा खर्च बढ्छ। भनेपछि साइटको लोकेसन चाहिँ अब कहाँ छ त, लोकेसन अफ साइटले पनि के गर्छ, फरक पर्छ। कन्स्ट्रक्सन फेसिलिटी विथ रेस्पेक्ट टु टुल्स प्लान्स एन्ड इक्विपमेन्ट। अब काम गर्ने दौरानमा चाहिँ मेसिनहरू प्रयोग गर्नु पर्यो भने त्यो मेसिनहरू किन्नु पर्यो होइन, अथवा टुल्स प्लान्स इक्विपमेन्टहरू किन्नु पर्यो अथवा हायर गर्नु पर्यो भने पनि हाम्रो के हुनसक्छ, त्यो रेटहरू बढ्न सक्छ। कहिलेकाहीँ के हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि टुल्स प्लान्स इक्विपमेन्टको प्रयोगले हाम्रो रेट घट्न पनि सक्छ। लेबर इन्टेन्सिभ वर्क हो तर त्यो बेलामा हामीले मेसिनहरू युज गरिदियौँ भने त्यो बेलामा हाम्रो के हुनसक्छ, रेट बढ्न सक्छ। तर मेसिन इन्टेन्सिभ वर्कमा चाहिँ लेबर लगाएर काम गर्न खोजियो भने पनि रेट बढ्न सक्छ। जस्तो चाहिँ नि ठुलो पहरो फोर्नुपर्ने छ भने त्यहाँ लेबरहरू चाहिँ कतिले टङ टङ हालेर फोर्न थाल्यो भने कहिले फोरेर गाउँछ। 1000जना लेबर त्यहाँ एकै दिन लगाइदियो भने पनि फोर्न सक्दैन, तर मेसिनले एकछिन फोरिदिन्छ, त्यस्तै बेला सस्तो पर्न सक्छ है। कस्तो किसिमको काम हो त्यो काम अनुसार चाहिँ कोही ठाउँमा मेसिनहरू युज गरेर पनि त्यो काम सस्तो पर्न जान्छ भने त्यही काम फेरि म्यान पावर लगायो भने महँगो पर्न जान सक्छ। त्यो कारणले कन्स्ट्रक्सन फेसिलिटी विथ रेस्पेक्ट टु द टुल्स प्लान्स एन्ड इक्विपमेन्ट हामीलाई उपलब्ध छ भने सस्तो पर्न पनि सक्छ, महँगो पर्न पनि सक्छ। लेबर इन्टेन्सिभ वर्क हो भने महँगो पर्छ, यदि मेसिन इन्टेन्सिभ वर्क हो भने सस्तो पर्न सक्छ। एभाइलेबिलिटी अफ मेटेरियल्स एन्ड लेबर। अब लेबर र मेटेरियल साइटमा एभाइलेबल छ, पाउन सकिन्छ। त्यही नजिकै चाहिँ खानीहरू छ, त्यही साइट नजिकै त्यही ढुङ्गा पाइन्छ, त्यही बालुवा पाइन्छ, त्यही गिटी पाइन्छ भने त्यो बेला त्यो ढुङ्गा बालुवा गिटी सस्तो पर्न सक्छ। तर त्यो ठाउँमा कुनै मेटेरियल पाइँदैन, अन्तर ल्याउनु पर्छ भने त्यो बेलामा के हुन्छ, महँगो पर्न सक्छ। नजिकै लेबरहरू जति नै पाइन्छ भने सस्तो पर्न सक्छ। धेरै लेबर हो भने जसले पनि म सस्तामा गरिदिन्छु भनेर आउन सक्छ। मान्छेहरू बेरोजगार छन् अनि जति पनि पाइन्छ, तर मान्छे छैन भने के हुन्छ त फेरि नजिकै मान्छेहरू पाइएन भने अन्तरलाई महँगो पर्यो, महँगो पर्न जान्छ। एक्सपिरियन्स अफ द लेबर्स एन्ड देयर आउटपुट। जुन एक्सपिरियन्स लेबर छ जो एकदम पोख्त छ भने त्यसलाई काम गराउनको लागि बढी पैसा दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ होइन। अनएक्सपिरियन्स लेबर भन्दा एक्सपिरियन्स लेबरलाई के गर्नु पर्यो, बढी हामीले दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ। प्रॉफिट डिजाइन एन्ड ओभरहेड। यदि कन्ट्र्याक्टरले धेरै प्रॉफिट खोज्यो र कन्ट्र्याक्टरको ओभरहेड कस्ट बढ्न गयो भने रेट पनि बढ्छ है। प्रॉफिट डिजायर्ड बाइ द कन्ट्र्याक्टर एन्ड हिज ओभरहेड कस्ट है। यदि कन्ट्र्याक्टरको प्रॉफिट र ओभरहेड कस्ट 15% भन्दा बढी हुन पुग्यो भने त्यो बेलामा के हुन्छ त, हाम्रो रेट अल्टिमेटली अटोमेटिकली बढिहाल्छ। प्रोपर म्यानेजमेन्ट एन्ड गाइडेन्स। यदि कन्स्ट्रक्सन प्रोजेक्टमा त्यहाँ म्यानेजमेन्ट चाहिँ एकदम राम्रो छ, त्यो म्यानेजमेन्टले सबैलाई समेटेको छ, राम्रो गाइड गरेको छ भने हाम्रो कन्स्ट्रक्सन चाहिँ ठाउँमा चाहिँ हाम्रो मेटेरियलहरू हराउने, चुहिने, चुहावट हुने, बिग्रिने, भत्किने केही हुँदैन। त्यो हुनाले हाम्रो के भइदिन्छ त भन्दाखेरि कन्स्ट्रक्सन चाहिँ फेसिलिटी चाहिँ राम्ररी चल्छ, रनिङ स्मुथली रनिङ हुन्छ। जसले गर्दाखेरि हाम्रो आइटमको रेट घट्न सक्छ है। भनेको प्रोपर म्यानेजमेन्ट र गाइडेन्स छ भने अब त्यहाँ चाहिँ के हुन्छ त भन्दाखेरि मेटेरियलको अभाव हुँदैन, टुल्स प्लान्स इक्विपमेन्टको अभाव हुँदैन, लेबरको अभाव हुँदैन, काम द्रुत गतिमा जान्छ है। भनेपछि अभाव नभइकन कम्प्लिट हुन्छ भने, टाइममा कम्प्लिट हुन्छ भने त्यसको अर्थ के त, हाम्रो कन्स्ट्रक्सन कस्ट बढ्दैन। कन्स्ट्रक्सन कस्ट नबढ्ने भनेको रेट नबढ्ने हो है। त्यसले चाहिँ के गर्छ त भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो असर गर्छ। यसरी चाहिँ यो 10-12 फ्याक्टरहरू चाहिँ के गर्नु पर्यो त, हामीले कन्सिडर गर्नु पर्यो। यो सरसर्ती पढेपछि आफूले यसरी याद गरे पनि सकिन्छ के कारणले कुनै पनि चिजको चाहिँ मूल्य तलमाथि हुन्छ भन्ने कुराहरू यहाँ आउँछ है। त्यो एभाइलेबिलिटी अफ मेटेरियल्स एन्ड लेबर भनेको डिमान्ड एन्ड सप्लाईको कुराहरू हो। एभाइलेबिलिटी अफ मेटेरियल्स एन्ड लेबर भनेको मार्केटमा इजिली चाहिँ एभाइलेबल हुन्छ कि यसलाई चाहिँ नि के छ है भनेर बुझे पनि हुन्छ है। यो किसिमले चाहिँ नि डिमान्ड थोरै छ, सप्लाई धेरै भयो भने सस्तो हुन्छ है। डिमान्ड चाहिँ धेरै छ तर सप्लाई थोरै भयो भने के हुन्छ, महँगो हुन्छ। लेबरै पाइँदैन भने के भयो, सप्लाई कम भयो नि भने महँगो पर्छ। यो हिसाब किताबले के गर्नु पर्छ त, हामीले यसलाई दुई लाइन के गर्नु त, एक्सप्लेन गर्ने, खर्रै पोइन्टहरू पढ्ने। अनि क्वालिटी अफ मेटेरियलको हायर क्वालिटी विल डेफिनेटली इन्क्रिज द रेट अफ एन आइटम भनेर लेख्ने है। यस्तो उता लेख्ने, यस्तरी लेख्नु पर्यो। नाउ मेथड अफ प्रिपेरिङ रेट एनालाइसिस। अब यो 7:29 भइसक्यो, 7:30सम्मको क्लास हो। यहाँसम्म मैले आज सकेँ। रेट एनालाइसिसको थ्योरिटिकल पार्ट मैले सकेँ। कहाँसम्म सकेँ? रेट एनालाइसिस च्याप्टर 4 को थ्योरिटिकल पार्ट सक्यो। अब न्युमेरिकल टाइपको पार्टहरू बाँकी छ है। अब कसरी चाहिँ कुन कुन आइटमको रेट एनालाइसिस कसरी गर्ने भन्ने बारेमा चाहिँ त्यो अरू अन्य चाहिँ क्लासहरूमा हामी चाहिँ कुरा गरौँला। आजलाई यति नै। ल गुड बाई। यहाँसम्म तिमीहरूले बुझ्यौ मैले भनेको? हेलो
हजुर सर बुझ्यो।
ल यहाँसम्म ठिकै छ। तिमीहरूलाई पछि म यो नोट पनि पठाइदिन्छु। रेट एनालाइसिस एकदम लामो च्याप्टर छ, धेरै आइटमहरूको रेट एनालाइसिस गर्नुपर्छ है। त्यो कारण कति नआत्य। अब रेट एनालाइसिस भने केही पनि होइन, पर युनिट आइटमको रेट कसरी पत्ता लगाउने त भन्ने मेथड रेट एनालाइसिस हो। यसो थ्योरीहरू सजिलै छन्। अब चाहिँ सम्झिनुपर्छ, धेरै घोक्नुपर्ने छ। कतिपय आफैले क्वान्टिटी निकाल्नुपर्ने हुन्छ, कतिपय आफैले चाहिँ घोक्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। लेबर सङ्ख्या घोक्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। नम्सबाट आएको लेबर सङ्ख्या हो, मैले नम्सबाट राखेको हो, त्यो गभर्मेन्ट नम्सबाट। अब तिमीहरूलाई चाहिँ गभर्मेन्ट नम्सको जम्मै किताब लिथो गरेर दिन मिल्दैन। तिमीहरूले गभर्मेन्ट नम्स त्यहाँ हान्यो भने पनि देखिन्छ। कतिपय नम्सहरू त्यहाँ गल्ती पनि छन्, त्यसलाई सच्याउनु पर्ने हुन्छ। त्यो अनुसार मैले त्यहाँ दिएका चिजहरू तिमीहरूले पढ्यौ भने एक्जामिनेसन पोइन्ट अफ भ्यूले चाहिँ आउन सक्ने चाहिँ प्रबल चाहिँ नि आइटमको चाहिँ रेट एनालाइसिसहरू मैले गराइदिन्छु। त्यति गरेपछि तिमीहरूलाई हुन्छ। त्यसरी पढ्ने, त्यो भित्रबाट प्राय आउँछ। किनभने पुरानो क्वेसनहरू हेऱ्यो भने पनि त्यही भित्र मैले पढाएको भित्रबाट पर्छ। अब एउटा चाहिँ प्रोपोर्सनमा एउटा रेट एनालाइसिस गरेको होला, अर्को प्रोपोर्सनमा चाहिँ जाँचमा सोध्यो भने प्रोपोर्सन चेन्ज हुने बित्तिकै मेटेरियलको क्वान्टिटी चाहिँ के हुन्छ त चेन्ज हुन्छ। त्यो चेन्ज कसरी हुन्छ के हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ मैले सिकाइसकेपछि, यसरी क्यालकुलेसन गर्ने भन्ने सिकाइसकेपछि मैले अटोमेटिकल्ली त्यो पनि गर्न सक्छौ है। अब अहिलेलाई आजलाई यति नै भयो। लेट मी डाउनलोड योर एटेन्डेन्स। आजलाई यति नै भयो। मैले च्याप्टर 4 को थ्योरिटिकल पार्ट सकेँ। अब अर्को हप्ताबाट, अर्को 2-3 हप्ता चाहिँ 2-4 हप्ता हाम्रो चाहिँ केमा जान्छ त भन्दाखेरि अब रेट एनालाइसिसमा जान्छ। त्यसपछि रेट एनालाइसिस सकिएपछि म च्याप्टर 6 मा जान्छु। च्याप्टर 5 मैले अहिले पढाउन्न, त्यो लास्टमा चाहिँ तिमीहरूलाई नोट दिएपछि हुन्छ। त्यो च्याप्टर 6 रेट एनालाइसिस सकेपछि च्याप्टर 6 गराउँछु। च्याप्टर 6 सकेपछि लगभग कोर्स सकिन्छ। च्याप्टर 5 चाहिँ नि थ्योरिटिकल पोर्सन हो प्रोजेक्टको बारेमा। अन्त प्रोजेक्ट इस्टिमेट कसरी तयार गर्ने, के गर्ने भन्ने यस्तो चाहिँ साधारण चिजहरू, प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्टमा के हुन्छ भन्ने चिजहरू हुन्। तिनीहरू चाहिँ नि तिमीलाई नोट दिएपछि खर्र पढेपछि हुन्छ। त्यो बताइदिनु यो हुन्छ भनेर त्यसरी गर्न सकिन्छ। ल आजलाई बाई है। ल गुड बाई। I want to give.
Bye bye, sir.
I'm going to ending the meeting.